I know the young artist that did this tabletop when they were a student. It says COVID 19 continues to spread. Mr. Burns not worried. I always like that. Mr. Burns not worried. What a beautiful space to sit down with a friend and have a cup of coffee. Or a tea. Okay, I'm just waiting on something. Rainy morning. Here's a song from that Miramichi 60th Anniversary Folk Song Festival compilation. It is called Senior Tour. Royce Obey, vocals and guitar. Jim McDonald is playing the drum. Hubert Morris on the bass. Jim Arsenault, lead guitar. Denny Hashi on the keyboards. I am at the old CFB Chatham, now retirement Miramichi, so I thought that'd be a fitting tune.
Things going good with the wife. She's so understanding.
How much life do you think this arena's got left in it, Jerry?
They say when they build a new one that it's going to be a goner.
Yeah, when they build the new one, it's going to be a goner. That's too bad. Lots of history in here.
This is the best.
This rink is fantastic.
College, university, hockey played here.
This is what the dressing room hallway at the old LBA looks like. The visitors are usually coming out this door. They got to skate across the ice, old school, to the visitors bench, which is over there. This place will not probably last much longer. There's a new facility going to be being built.
In the early days of his career.
Oh yeah.
So that would be him there on the left.
Well, that could be.
No,
see that guy there?
Yeah.
That's Robbie Robertson.
Oh.
That's the guy, and he ended up being the lead guitar, the main writer for the band, and did most of Martin Scorsese's scores until he passed away recently. I read his book, Raj. I pressed record. And how are we today? A little rainy Friday. I was out in the old Miramichi today. Raj is having a lazy Friday here. I got my rotation of sweaters and shirts. I didn't bring many items of clothing with me home from Vancouver.
I gotta interrupt this lazy bit.
Oh yeah, you're not being lazy. I'm just joking. He was down at the graveyard. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. He was down doing some groundwork.
Another 2-hour session with me and part of my team there.
Yeah.
Terry and Percy.
Volunteering their time to honor the grounds where our ancestors are laid to rest. And it's important to do those things, Raj. So here we are, episode number 43, 43. And we're down in old Raj's basement today. And I'm the nephew. My name's Jamie. There's Uncle Raj, the local historian. We're just having some fun on YouTube, down in the basement, creative project, going through some old clippings. Roger, for almost, I've been saying like 50 years. It's almost like 60 years he's been collecting this stuff. There's stuff all over the home. And it's a rich collection, and we are just unpacking it. And we're having fun doing it, and we're getting to revisit the capabilities of the Miramichi people. And I've been out, rediscovering my hometown. I'm here from Vancouver. My father passed away, Raj's brother, and I have been. We decided to do this little project together, Raj. It's been a good time. Even before we get in, we're doing 2001, right? Yeah. I have another poem from another student from that grade 6 class.
Oh boy, this time.
Nope. It's, who is it today? Where is it? Oh, her name is Katie McLean. And here it is. So I got in touch with a friend of mine he's a teacher, looking for some students that this is from Dr. Logier, a grade 6 class, some students that were maybe writing some poems, and maybe another teacher that he knew could share it with me. Anyhow, his class just so happens to did a project, and they wrote some poems. So here we go. This is the third one. We had one from Emma Sweezy, Bianca Engelmeyer, and now it is Katie McLean, some young Miramichi's doing some creative works. This one here is As We Grow Old. Grade 6 student. Here's what it is. Katie, I just wrote it down today when I was having a coffee, and it's great. As We Grow Old by Katie McLean. Will the skies still be blue? Will we still have things we want to pursue? All the things we were told, are they eventually going to unfold? Will things change as we grow old? Will my skin get all wrinkled? Will my eyes still twinkle? Will I still be able to jump and roll? Will I still have a happy soul as we grow old? I hope I grow happy. I hope to pass down what I was told as we grow old. By Katie McLean. That's a great little, these students are thinking deep about the world. Okay, so Katie, if we go back and unpack this, we'll help you out here. Will the skies still be blue? Yes, sometimes they will when you grow old. Will we still have things we want to pursue? Of course. We got the local historian coming up on 80. He's still pursuing YouTube channels.
That's a ways away.
That's not a ways away.
Yes,
You're
it
coming
is.
up on 80. I'm coming up on 50. All the things we were told, are they eventually going to unfold? Yes, they are. Just remember what you think is true right now. Don't be surprised when different evidence comes out and we are led, things will change, that is for sure. Will things change as we grow old? Damn straight they will. Just remember, you're like just early teens, not even yet. Your viewpoints when you're 20 are gonna be very different than they are now, and then when you hit 30, it's gonna be very different. When you hit 40, it's gonna be very different than 30. Oh yeah, you will evolve, and that means that you're growing and taking things in. Will my skin get all wrinkled? Well, I don't know. Raj is coming up to 80. I don't see any wrinkles on him, so maybe not. If you take care and you eat lots of vegetables, the magnesium in the green leafy, that helps your skin out. You want to be exercising and all that stuff, and you can do a good job with that. Will my eyes still twinkle? Yes, they will. I tell you what, for my person, everybody that I've seen that has grown old, I say their eyes are twinkling a lot more than they did when they were younger. Will I still be able to jump and roll? Yeah, I'm assuming so. Will I still have a happy soul? Oh yeah, it'll be happier because you're just going to have a whole different viewpoint on the world. I hope I grow happy. I hope to pass down what I was told as we grow old. I like a young person that says, I hope to pass down what I was told. That means that you're listening to elders, you're listening to people with experience. That's a good way to be. And I remember I was a kid. I wasn't taken in. I thought I knew things, and I was kind of like,
Will she grow tall, or will she stay small?
Well, yeah, there it is, Raj.
Will she grow wide, that she might have to hide?
Oh, there you Well, there, we just added a couple of more verses to your poem, Katie. But I tell you what, Katie, that was very good. It actually made me think. And that's what a good poem does. I say good work and keep it up. There's 3 poems. I think I have 2 more that we'll be sharing coming next week, Raj. So what are we doing? Once again, I see one of Roger's favorite things. It's coming up. We're beginning the show with one of his favorite things.
Well, we started off the last episode, or the one before, about 100 years old birthday.
Yep.
So we have another 100-year birthday.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, that was a woman that turned 100 when the church turned 100.
Yeah.
Forget her name. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the year 2001, bridge spans generations. I'm assuming this is Heartland. Yes, it is. In 2001, the longest covered bridge in the world, which resides in Heartland, New Brunswick, not too far from Fredericton, Woodstock area, turned 100. Look at that masterpiece right there. And I'll tell you what, do you ever golf the Heartland Golf Course?
No.
I've golfed Heartland. I think it's probably one of my best drives ever. I nailed one. But anyway, some of the viewpoints on the tee-offs and through that course, you can see this, you know, St. John River Valley, and you can see that bridge. It's really beautiful.
That's a long putt there from one end of the bridge to the other end.
That's a long putt. Heartland was the place to be Wednesday night as a birthday bash celebrating 100 years of crossings on the covered bridge was held. The longest covered bridge in the world has stood the test of time, and I'm sure now that they have the longest covered bridge in the world, of course they're going to be doing everything possible to maintain the maintenance on that. The telephone is ringing. Roger Como is a busy man. Everybody's trying to get in touch with him. I'm going to pause this. So we are back. The big phone conversation. Old Roger was wheeling and dealing with some friends there. They're in Rogersville. They got lost. They took a left turn. They went down some dirt road, and he steered them back out to safety. And now they're on their way home.
Yeah. They said they were on the right way.
Oh, they're on the right way. I was hoping they would have went to that pizza place in Rogersville.
Well,
So good.
no, she said there's a restaurant there. That she said the four of us will have to go down there to the restaurant for lunch someday.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this article is about my idol when I was a young fella.
Well, Roger has told me many times that the man that he looked up to a lot was none other than Clarence McDonald, otherwise only known mostly as Junior McDonald. There's a great picture of Junior in the year 2001. And Junior is right here. He played softball and hockey. He's a Logieville guy. And this article celebrating, it's calling him a Mr. Softball. And Junior McDonald was inducted into the New Brunswick Softball Hall of Fame in 2001. And this is a nice write-up. And these are great photos of Junior. And there's Junior. They're calling this an all-star infield from the 1967 Bisons, which Roger was a young player on. And Junior McDonald tosses up a softball at the Logieville ballpark. Okay, so the 1966 Logieville Bisons all-star infield from left, Tommy Langtang. The shortstop was John Manderson. Oh, Tommy Langtang was the shortstop, sorry. John Manderson at first base, Donnie Ross at third base, Vince LeBlanc at second, and Junior was the catcher. That's a great photo from the 60s. There's Tommy Langtang right there. Great shortstop. We already mentioned Junior. And so Roger, you often mention that Junior was you looked up to him in sport. You just liked his style, eh? Like what was special about, like, so as a ball, like, first of all, he had a very good demeanor. He was good to children. He was a gentleman. Right, so I'm assuming he always saw the potential in you as a young athlete.
The first thing I noticed about Junior was his skill skating and controlling the puck.
Yeah. So
and he had all these little tricks of the trade.
Yeah.
And my biggest dream was, I said, I hope someday that I'd be able to do that.
Yeah. Well, you did.
Well, I managed to do that. That's why you're calling me the biggest puck hog in Canada.
Yeah, my dad always called, like, we had our little outdoor rink here, and Dad always said it was Roger Como's School of Puck Hogging. Since we're on the hockey, we got to give a shout out to the Timberwolves. We haven't talking about we're not talking about them much. But our local junior A team, the Timberwolves, just won the Atlantic Championship. And apparently the game last night was so exciting. The place was packed here in the Miramichi. They were down 4-2, I think, with like 15 minutes left. Came back. Their goaltender stood on his head, young Flanagan, and they won the. They shut down Summerside the rest of the third. Scored 3 goals to win 5-4. Now they're off to the Nationals, Raj, in Oakville, Ontario, I think next week.
Yeah,
so congratulations on them. And getting back to the hockey, I was having a coffee with my friend today, and Corey Baker, the coach of that team. My friend was telling me how just when Corey Baker was a kid, he's younger than us, he'd be out on the outdoor rinks, and my friend was like, you could not get the puck from him. Like, you could see the talent in him as a young kid.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, and I was talking about, and I said, yeah, Uncle Raj was kind of like that too. The hands, you guys have the skill that you can just see how legs open up. And I don't know, it slows down for you, but yeah, it's a beautiful thing to watch a talented stick handler. And I'm not kidding, I'm not just saying this, but Roger had the hands. Let me tell you, it was kind of like ridiculous us out there as kids trying to get that puck from this man. You had to cross-check him. It was the only way to do it.
Well, my brother Ronnie is the one that drew the most blood out of me.
Yeah.
Out of me. Everything he had to do.
And then my father's dad was a good athlete in a different way, but dad was not a guy that had like good hands, like Raj.
Okay, we have a color photo here of action.
Oh, right on. Okay. Ladies, gentlemen, let's get back at it here. Look at this. This is from August 7th, 2001. We got some Miramichi lads out there at the old skate park. That's a great photo. Like I say, this is a cool little subculture. I've never been a part of it, but what are these guys doing and who are they? Well, it's Jamie Martin with Miramichi Skateboard Park, participated in skateboard events held during the official grand opening last weekend. The ribbon cutting was Saturday with competitions on the following day. Andrew Parker, Daniel Saunier are on their BMXs. Chris Good was there as well. And ladies and gents, right on, good for you guys. I live in an area of Vancouver where it's a massive skate park. I see those guys and gals out there all the time. And they're beating their bodies up, but they love it. They love it. It takes high skill. Trudeau Sons launch new stamp honoring the late Prime Minister. This is from 2001. Okay. Late Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau's sons, Justin and Sasha, unveil a commemorative stamp honoring their father at the Université de Montréal on Tuesday. And that's the current Prime Minister right here, Justin. I am sure that many of you guys that are watching this can't wait to just not see him around. Politics gets usually split down the gut. You know, maybe it's time for a change, right? Like, if I ran into Justin Trudeau, all I would say, and if I had a conversation with him, my first question would be, can you please tell me the last 5 books that you read? I would like to know what his actual philosophy is. So I don't really see the depth in that, his thinking and stuff like that. His father, love him or hate him, at least had visions and knew, he had his own thinking and stuff like that. But anyway, these guys, this was before Justin was in there. They're honoring their father, Pierre, and it's a very divisive thing, this politics is.
Okay, I have some collection of this artist here. So Jamie, just do the there, and then go over to Michael Allen here.
Okay. Remembering Ole Larson.
Ole Larson, yeah.
Man whose photographs captured early Miramichi finally gets grave marker. So that's the article. That's what it looks like. There's no... Oh, there is the grave marker. Okay, so there's his grave marker, Ole Larson. And he was a photographer on the river here.
Yeah.
It says, photographer Ole, O-L-E, Larson is finally getting his due. The Miramichi Historical Society held a ceremony at his unmarked gravesite in the Miramichi Cemetery at French Fort Cove over the weekend. The ceremony, which coincided with the 75th anniversary of Larson's death, was attended by his granddaughter, Eva Wadup. Well, that's really cool. And then it says, author Michael Allen said Larson was not fully appreciated in his time. Nallen released a book last year showcasing some of Larson's work. Nimbus Publishing in Halifax approached Nallen to write Ole Larson's Miramichi, so the photographer wouldn't be forgotten. Well, do you have that book? Ole Larson's Miramichi? I would really like to read that, Raj.
I don't think
So, gracias for sharing that one. Thank you.
Sure.
Cool.
Okay, we're going to talk. We'll go back to the Heartland Bridge again.
Okay.
That should have went with the right up. I know.
Okay, so going back to that original Heartland, the bridge, the 100th year, Heartland's a bridge partay. So there's some more photos. Roger loves covered bridges and horses, so he gets 2 bangers on this shot right here. And look at those beautiful animals right there. Isn't that a beautiful sight? And there are some ceremonial festivities happening. I think that's Bernard Lord, who was the premier at the time, cutting some ribbon at the 100th birthday of the world's longest covered bridge in Heartland, New Brunswick. Oh, right on.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that in a second. Okay, we're gonna do this, and then we got results here.
Okay, so once again, thank you to our local historian, Roger Cummel. All I'm doing is getting my things in order. I'm out having some fun out on the Miramichi. Roger is pulling things out, getting organized. I just show up, do most of the talking. But this is Roger's collection that's allowing us to do this. So anyway, what's here? This is July 31st, 2001. Old timers hit the field for 25th Miramichi Valley Baseball League tournament. And look at that right there. Nothing better than a group of people, in this case a group of fine men getting together, hanging out, reminiscing about the past. Who's in that photo? What's that?
Here's the result. Oh yeah.
Well, I'll read them out.
Okay, name them.
We got Clary Hale, Brian Richard, Brian King, Walter Vautour, and Nipper O'Brien. And we have Pat Henry, Eric Henry, Lee Saunier. There's Cuffy McLaughlin, folks, and Arnold Trevors. There's Nipper O'Brien. Now, I don't know Nipper O'Brien, but just the fact that he is... That's him right there. Just the fact that he is called Nipper, I'll point him out. And Raj, that's how you know when you got a good community. When you got a guy named Nipper.
His name is Neil.
Neil, okay. Yeah. Nipper, that's cool.
So, this is results of the...
Okay, so Douglastown wins that Miramichi Valley Baseball League Old Timers Tournament. It draws large crowds. This is from August 7th, 2001. And this is great coverage from the Miramichi Leader in the year 2001. Those gals right there having a great time. They're still checking out the handsome guys on the field in those tight ball pants. There's a picture of the dugout. The only thing different from this photo than it was when they were young timers is that the waistlines are just a little bit larger. That's a great photo of some ball players right there. And look at that, shaking hands. This looks like it would have been a great day. That's a really cool photo right there. Must have had a special lens in there to get that. Great photos, Raj. And I don't know, maybe we should just mention a couple of names here. Well, those ladies that were checking out the players, that was Sharon McDonald and Brenda Hanna. And Chatham Head Tigers. Ivan King presents the Most Valuable Player Awards to Donnie Vautour of the Douglastown Rangers and Herbal Drisdale of the Chatham Head Tigers. There's old Ivan right there presenting those awards to those fine gents. And
Hitter of the Red Bank.
What's that?
Ivan always said hitter of the Red Bank.
Hitter to Red Bank when he's standing behind. That's great coverage. And Jack Carroll, Bill O'Donnell, Brian McDonald, Ronnie Vautour, Brian Doak, Richie McCullum, Stephen O'Donnell, Jeff Lobin, Charlie Sickles, Pat Vautour, Chris McEachran, Lloyd Sickles, Michael Spider Woods, Butch Waters, Bruce Hanna, Eddie Vautour, Frank Vautour, John Brown, Gary Vautour, Walter Vautour Jr., Boyd Bell, and Bill Watling. So right on, lads.
So all that page here was Doug Underhill's work.
Oh, that was Doug Underhill. And, thanks for reminding me. Yep, Doug Underhill. Great work on the Miramichi Leader over the years for sure.
So we have 2 musical artists here.
Yeah.
That are carrying the torch on both their professions. What's that?
I don't know, is this...
Is it local?
Yeah, this
Uh,
is
pool?
local. This is local. It's kind of a cool photo show. Sorry, Raj.
No, that's good.
Yeah. So this is on the back side of that. This is a bunch of local kids right here. Summertime. This is in August. And look at that, folks. Did you ever think, did those girls in the front row, this is 23 years later, did you ever think that you would be being shown in the old swimming pool? Well, who are those girls? Laura McFarlane, Christy Love, Kaylee LeBlanc, and Laura Love. We got Jake Dixon on a ladder. Who else is involved here? Pamela Bullock, Jeremy Dixon, Billy Ann Yeaman, Alex Rashore, Mike Duguay, Eric Jardine, John Blakely, David Flieger at the swimming pool. This is the Miramichi kids right there. That's a great photo. Okay, thanks, Raj.
Okay.
So what are we talking now? Oh, yeah.
Musical artists that are
Oh, yes.
just a little bit.
Right on. So July 31st, 2001. So you guys were down at the old graveyard today, you and Percy and Perry?
Yeah.
Were they bickering back and forth, like those brothers? Were they fighting with each other, or are they working together
no.
good today?
Oh, no.
You stand in the middle and you can direct those guys, eh? No problem.
When we bicker, it sounds like music.
Sounds like music. Okay, so Raj, this is from the Miramichi Folk Song Festival, a write-up from July 31st. Now, here's the thing. We have a wonderful, wonderful singer, organizer, community person in our city here. Her name is Susan Butler. Everybody knows her. Butler carries the torch of a great festival tradition, and there is a picture of the lovely Susan Butler. This is Miramichi Folk Song. She's organized that for so many years. I think the torch has been passed on for this coming year to Melanie Breen. Is it Breen first or Ross first?
Well, that's her home name.
Which Ross
Breen,
is the...
Breen is her married name.
Okay, Breen, Melanie Breen. So it's her 18th year. So in 2001, it was Susan Butler's 18th year of organizing. Susan Butler has been a jack of all trades for the Miramichi Folk Song Festival during all that time. She took over from Maisie Mitchell as director 18 years ago. And, you know,
because now it's 2001.
Yes, this is 23 years ago. So you tack 18 and 23, and we're at 41 years that Susan did that, at least. Thanks to Butler, the festival expanded under her direction. The festival has grown from 3 days to a week-long event. This year alone, there will be 14 performances. It's no small task. Just try getting a few family members over for supper. That's hard to organize, let alone doing events and festivals. It deserves a lot of credit. And just below her, we have the fiddling barber, Mr. Norman Young. He pays tribute to Don Messer. So if you watched the episode last night, or episode number 42, there's the lead fiddler of the Miramichi Fiddlers, Mr. Norman Young. I was lucky enough to go over and watch them practice. He has been the lead fiddler of the group since '95. He took over from Matilda Murdoch. He is a Hall of Famer, and he is a brilliant musician. I just saw it in person. He is really, really special. And we're going to be showcasing a little bit of Norman Young coming up next week, hopefully, if all things work out. And, you know, everyone's heard of singing barbers before, but have you ever heard of a fiddling barber? Local barber Norman Young does just that. Young will be performing at the Miramichi Folk Song Festival in August and has been performing solo concerts for the festival for the past few years. This year he will be doing a special tribute to Don Messer. And right on, Norman Young. It was an honor just to watch all of you guys practice. And it was great to see you in person playing that instrument.
Well, let's get back to that skateboard park.
Oh
again.
yeah, look at this group.
Show the group of young lads.
Look at this group. The city honors skateboard park creators, both workers and youth volunteers. Too bad we didn't have a list of all these kids' names, but Jonathan Laverne and Isaac Standron play pool. A model of the skateboard park. Young skateboarders, BMX bikers, and inline skaters gathered for the event. This is a great photograph in the old Miramichi Leader. This is 2001 new skateboard park opens up in the Miramichi. And look at that photo. That is a great photo. One of my favorite settings, Raj, for a group photo is on a good old set of stairs. And
No
better
house.
better if it's outside, like an old building or something like that. Really cool. And there's no names attached to this, but if anybody's watching, maybe you can recognize somebody. Good work, folks. Good work from the old Miramichi leader,
Okay,
showcasing our people's talents and stories for all those years.
well, here are some people here that always put on a good show.
Yes, so Roger loves his covered bridges, loves the tall ships. We haven't seen any tall ships yet today, but he loves his agricultural shows, loves horses and all that stuff. And ladies and gents, this is not disappointing. August 14th, 2001, the Napan Agricultural Show. Roger Como could have made a living just advertising the Napan Agricultural Show. And look at that great photo right there. That looks like Tanker over there in the photo. Tanker Malley right here, I'm assuming. I could be wrong about that. Great photos, Raj. You really did love going. You love checking this stuff out, in person.
Oh yeah.
I haven't given it the credit it deserves, to be honest with you. That was indeed MLA Tanker Malley. And you know what? We've been lucky enough, Raj, to have Tanker's brother Peter comment in on our show and tell us that we've been doing good work. So thank you, Peter Malley. And thanks for those nice comments on my late father. Freeman Flanagan, Nick Flanagan, and Michaela McDonald Sipley and Kelsey Finnegan ride the roundup. And that is from the Napan Agricultural Show. Really, really cool, Raj.
Yeah, there's a lot of known members there.
Yeah.
Oh, let's focus on this crew here for the Canada Games.
Oh, right on.
I see Minnick right off of that.
Okay. 2001. The Miramichi's Canada Games contribution. This is the contingent. We had great young athletes from our great town here, the Miramichi, representing New Brunswick in the Canada Games, and that is a great posse right there. Look how healthy they look. This is 2001. TikTok wasn't even thought of back then. There was no scrolling. Kids were out communicating with each other. The screen time was way down. And look how healthy they all look. Let's read some names. Who do we have here, Raj? We have, okay, so Jane Marshall, she was the field hockey manager, and Glenda O'Neill Wood, she was the coach. She has had a very successful career in field hockey and coaching. And okay, so Sherry Stymus, Don DePlacy, Monique Robichaud, Raj's neighbor, Genevieve Gay or Genevieve Gay, Lindsay Davis, and Sheena Cameron, Sonia Como, David McClanagan, Beth McLennan, John Hawks, soccer, Brad Russell, Will Doyle, Brent Garish, Guy Robichaud, Aaron Butler, and Adam Ferguson. And missing was Melissa Walls, Derek Finnegan, and Denise Pelletier. I did not announce the sport that they were partaking in, but that is a wonderful contingent of young, beautiful, healthy-looking students from our great city here, representing New Brunswick in the Canada Games. And where were the Canada Games? They were in London, Ontario in the year 2001, and obviously that was the Summer Games.
Okay, we got Billy McCormick.
Oh, yeah.
So we got this
And
side
Gert.
here from the air.
Okay.
To show like Lodieville right here.
Okay, so this is on the river. This is not the leader. This is another, okay. Here is a quote that's on the top of this paper from H.G. Wells, the great writer. It says, "The uglier a man's legs are, the better he plays golf. It's almost a law." High on the Miramichi, and here's some aerial shots of the Miramichi. We got one of the Prism, Beaubears Island, Logieville, and the Centennial Bridge. So there is some aerial shots. There's the bridge right there. That's a great shot of our majestic river that cuts through our part of the world here. Even if you're not thinking about how powerful it is, it does shape everything. We're looking at it every day, Raj. It is an absolute amazing waterway. And there's a picture of Logieville back in the day. That's the prison, I think. And then Beaubears Island. And on the other side of that, Miramichi people and places. The Beta Vin party was always a good time. And this is all... Okay, so there's something at Ritchie Wharf here. We got French Fort Cove. And then out on the water at the Beta Vin. But we're going to focus in. There's some summer shots of the Miramichi. Beta Vin Island's a great party place. I've been there. You got to take a boat out there. Obviously, it's an island. But look at that contingent right there, folks. We have some... This is 23 years ago. In the middle, we have a Billy McCormick. This right here, none other than Jason McCarthy. And I think it's Bobby Moore. And Bobby Moore, and that is at the Irish Festival, and that's a great photo of some Miramichi boys kicking back, talking some stuff, and enjoying the Irish Festival.
Okay, there's something about Young Fiddler Festival.
Oh, right on.
Back in,
Yep, there's old Samantha, the Miramichi Folk Song Festival, 2001. We just talked about Susan. The Young Fiddler, a festival circuit veteran, and she was only 14 years old. She was a fiddling prodigy, Samantha Robishaw, and this is with her brother Thomas. And what a really, really excellent... She was just a fiddling... Samantha Robishaw, Miramichi roots. Look how beautiful she looks in that photo with her brother. And I'll tell you what, Raj, if I ever, next time I'm back, I hope that she's playing something. I'd like to catch her in person. I haven't been around in so many years, so I've missed the very uber-talented Samantha Robishaw.
So we talked about this, but it's just the way it was put together in the paper.
It's a beautiful sculpture. I really love it. There's something very... I think it does capture something, Raj, doesn't it? Don't you? When you look at that?
Oh yeah, it's a nice.
It just the face. It shows the sadness. There's no mouth on that, so you don't see. It's uber. It was a terrible time. This is remembering the perils of the sea. This is the Escuminac Monument commemorating lost fishermen. It's declared a historic site. 1959. 50-something fishing boats went out off the coast that's very close to where we sit right now. 22 of those boats sank, did not come back. 35 men perished that evening. It was a perfect storm that brewed. It was unforeseen. This is the monument not far from where Roger and I are sitting right now up at Escuminac Point. Look at how powerful that monument really does look. I got out, I looked at it very closely. Every time I drive by, I stop and take a look at it. I think it's really well done. And it, you know, take a drive out to Escuminac, get yourself a nice warm coffee at Creative Grounds, and then just keep going along through Bay St. Anne and just go check it out someday with a friend, because it's a really beautiful drive too.
Let's zero in on this here Miramichi Fiddler.
Well, let's do it then. Okay. Okay, I saw this. Another fiddler. That fiddling, Raj, I wish you would have came with me last night. Or 2 nights ago.
I wish I would have been too.
Just to go watch them practice is wonderful.
Fabulous.
They were so welcoming. Okay, so congratulations to Sandra McKnight on her retirement from Region 7 Hospital after 25 years of service. Best wishes. Sandra is a member of the Miramichi Fiddlers. And look how great she looked in that photo. 2001, she retired. Congratulations, Sandra, and keep up the great fiddling.
So we gotta honor this great hockey player.
Oh, yeah.
Because he hung them up after he won the cup.
Yep. Okay, so in June 27th, 2001, now Roger and I, if you look at my finger right there, you will see a Montreal Canadiens logo. Yes, we're Habs fans. Of course we are. We're Cummos from Logieville. And what does that say? Hooray. So in 2001, okay, so what year was it? 2000, Raj? Ray Bourque, the longtime Boston Bruin, left and he went to Colorado. He went for a cup run. They didn't win it. He came back the one more year. And anybody that follows hockey remembers Joe Sakic, the captain of the Colorado Avalanche, passed the cup over to Ray Bourque. And we're hockey fans, of course, in Canada, and of course, Raj and I are hockey fans. And I'll tell you what, as Habs fans, we always had a rivalry against Boston, but Raj and I always agreed that Ray Bourque, of course, he was one of the best defensemen that's ever lived. He was a brilliant player, always hit the net. He was just so good and calm. He was a captain for many years. He won the cup. He was a force on the ice from the first shift that he took as a rookie to his last shift as a veteran. He just never got out of shape. He was strong, and he gained our respect, obviously, over the years, didn't he not?
Sure
And I'll tell you what happened today. I drove here. I was out having a meeting with somebody. I got back. I saw a truck in Rogers' driveway, and just because I'm back in Logieville, anytime there's a truck in a driveway that I don't know, I'm just like, who's that? You got to get on the phone and find out who's in somebody's yard. And a guy showed up named Rudy Henstridge, working at Kelly's Auto Glass. Previously. Rudy's a gentleman. He just has been watching. So Rudy, thanks for giving us some credit and support here. So Rudy showed up to Rogers with this trophy. And I'll get it on screen right here. And the trophy is of a softball.
Well, that's Rudy up top.
That's Rudy up top. They modeled this trophy after him. That's his stance right there, elbow up. But, hands were a little bit low, so all you had to do was throw one high and he'd swing through it. This is called the Chatham Old Home Week Alpine Tourney. And in 88, Craigville won. In 89, it was the Northumberland Co-op won. In 1990, the Logieville Mooseheads took home the bacon. And in 91, it was the Chatham Merchants. And, okay. In 92, the Logieville Mooseheads, I was not a part of it, but almost. A year later, I think I played. And then in 93, it was the Chatham Hillers. So what year did he win?
93.
So in 93, Rudy was a member of the Chatham Hillers. And why it's really cool to show stuff like this, because people are actually coming down to Rogers' house and share. He's gotten postcards now because of the show. He's getting trophies presented to him.
Yeah, but you gotta get the punchline here. Rudy.
Oh yeah, I don't know. You tell me.
Rudy defeated Logieville in '93. And that was the last game of that tournament.
Oh, so the last year of the tournament was '93. This was up at, where did they have this? At
in Chatham.
In James M. Hill?
Yeah.
So it was at the James M. Hill. Chatham beat Logieville in '93, and Rudy, no wonder he wanted to show the trophy, because he came in and told us he told Raj he'd get the winning hit. Yeah. Off of Roger Como.
No, it wasn't off of me.
Oh, it was off Jimmy Kelly?
Yeah.
Yeah, or Jimmy, maybe, was Jimmy still pitching then? I don't think so.
Yes.
Oh, yeah?
Gosh, yeah.
And you know what, Raj? So since we've taken a little break, let's show a word from our sponsor here.
Coming right up.
Okay. So this is amazing, actually. This is, incredible. So, Raj, after, okay, so Amanda Como, Roger's wonderful daughter, the uber talented, is a sponsor of our show, as is Corey Wishart. We haven't shown a Corey thing in a while. Edie Sabo became a new sponsor. She's on the scene now. And Amanda is a fine arts graduate from Mount Allison. This is one of her works. Just look at the detail. Look at the face. Look at the emotions on that face. I really think this is excellent. So this is a lithograph. which I actually had to research and ask Amanda about. But basically, this is Amanda's drawing. She drew this onto a lithograph stone, and then there's water involved, and it's like a printing process. But I can't fully explain it, but that's one of Amanda's works right there. Amanda's a fine artist. She can draw faces, she paints, designs, has a brilliant eye for interior decor as well. But, you know, if you're out there and you're looking for a gift for somebody and you want it to be special, why not get in touch with a local artist such as Amanda Como? She is easy to work with. She can take your direction, work together, and something can be created that's very personal. And, you know, Amanda's already gotten some commission from this program. And if you're wondering how somebody like Amanda can sponsor a show like us, well, she just does it by being the greatest daughter one could ever ask for. And if you're looking to get in touch with her, just look up Roger's name in the phone book and give him a call. Seriously. And Amanda, that's a brilliant... Let's show one more, Raj, just because they're so beautiful. Mm-hmm. Here's another Amanda Como lithograph.
Oh, scary one.
Really beautifully done. The talent. Look at the beautiful work on this. This is absolutely gorgeous. This is no joke, folks. Miramichi is just another example of Miramichiers doing very, very good work. Look at that right there. So, excellent work, Amanda. We are so lucky to have such great sponsors, Raj. Aren't we?
I guess we are.
I guess we are. We got like some of the best sponsors ever. Amanda, Corey, and Edie. We got 3 artists right within 2 minutes walking, and we haven't even showcased another great Logieville artist. He likes to keep it more private, but let me tell you, there's another house on this street too that has some stuff in it.
Well, this teacher's students have a lot of praise for this guy.
Right, so this is Roger's neighbor, right across the street. Roger, this guy here, Miramichi. Listen to this now. A Miramichi, this is June 22nd, 2001. Miramichi wins National Teaching Achievement Award. This is none other than the wonderful, wonderful Paul Sweezy. His students loved them. He was involved in the arts, the theater arts, much like Lloyd Cameron in the Miramichi Chatham area. Logieville native Paul Sweezy is being recognized by the Prime Minister as one of Canada's top school teachers. This evening, June 22nd, Sweezy will be presented the Prime Minister's Award for Teaching Achievement by Moncton MP Dominic LeBlanc at the Petitcodiac Regional School graduation. Sweezy, who once taught at James M. Hill Memorial High School, has been a teacher for many years at Petitcodiac. And he's the only New Brunswicker in this ceremony. His students loved him. You know what? Roger we were able to have this gentleman spend most of his summers here. He would come back and he had the yard across the street from Roger's looking pristine. His gardening skills were impeccable. He was a gentleman. He was interested in the arts, and students loved him. And the house, his mother lived to be 100 years old. And the house that he was he the last inhabitant in there?
Yeah.
He was the last inhabitant in there. And now Roger has some new neighbors who happen to be from the Ukraine.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we keep showing these kids here.
Yep.
Just that first one there, and then we can name some.
Okay. Star Bright Miramichi Leader Weekend, June 8th, 2001. Dancers shine in an evening of stars. Okay, so this is the dancers win numerous awards in province and elsewhere. Spotlights and Sequins was the name of this troupe. Right on. I love the performing arts. Everybody does. And all you got to do is get out there and watch some of it to just remind yourself of just how wonderful it is. It's a free pill for the performers. It's a free pill for the audience. The side effects are positive. And who are some of these names? Roger, Julie Hensby, Holly Lee, Stacy Scott, Megan Voth, and Desiree McDonald. And we have the Tots. They are Roletti, Neha, Siddhartha, Roletti Neha Siddhartha, probably of Indian descent. Sarah Jane Doak, Kennedy Stade, Chloe Taylor, Caitlin Murdoch, Haley Gionette, and Drew Tozer. And wonderful. And then Sarah Gillis performs bat dance. She looks like she was an old vet. Sarah Gillis in the corner right there doing a performance along with some photos of the little tots. Really excellent. Was Amanda a member of that?
Oh, yeah.
So Roger's daughter was also into the performing arts as a dancer. That was spotlights and sequins.
Okay, this is the grand opening of establishment over
Okay. Camp Sheldrick. Oh, I went over to get some video of the Bartybogue Church, and I drove by this.
Yeah.
So hundreds attend official opening on Sunday. Here it is. I will read about it. It's called Camp Sheldrick. It's next to the Bartybogue Church over there, basically across from East Point, Logieville area. If you're ever in Logieville and look across the river, you'll see a white church. That's exactly where this is. There's some photos. There's the building. Okay, what is the place exactly? Well, new summer youth camp, which will begin its first full summer of programs in July. So really, really excellent. And what, projects like Camp Sheldrick are an example of how communities can work together and offer more for the youth. It's all about the youth. We had students from China, Arthur Zhang. There's Paul DePlacy, Napaner. Al Fraser, and a Chinese student, Jack Ye. The spiritual director was Barb McLaughlin.
Jake's wife.
Okay, Jake's wife.
Yeah.
And we have John McLaughlin, Jake McLaughlin, Krista Hutchison, and Frank Young. Roberta Morrison, Francis Fraser, and Nancy Lavoie. Okay. Well, there's Jake McLaughlin, Krista Hutchison, and Frank Young in this photo. There it is right there. Camp Sheldrick working to provide some youth programs during the summer out in nature. Really cool, Raj.
Yeah. Now, Frankie McFarland went to the LBA to go skating.
Yes.
But he had to use his camera instead.
Well, Frankie McFarland, the photographer, wanted to go for a skate over at the LBA. Is this the LBA? Yeah.
Yeah.
Over at the LBA, and Roger just said that he had to put his skates back in the trunk of his car and go back and get his camera because the boys were saying, no, we're taking out the ice. So who are those dudes? That's none other than Freddie O'Brien and Mike Moran. Freddie O'Brien, Logieviller, removed the last of the ice for this season at the Lord Beaverbrook Arena on Monday morning. Right on. There they are. If you're ever wondering what that process looked like. And guess what I did yesterday, Raj? I drove by the old LBA, the Lord Beaverbrook Arena, and parked the car and went in and just took a walk around.
Yeah.
All empty in there and the ice. Oh, speaking of Corey Baker, really cool. Baker's Val-d'Or fall 1 goal short of Memorial Cup. Actually, the conversation I had today. Now, here's the coach of the Miramichi Timberwolves. Corey Baker had a great career in hockey. He played major, junior, very, very effective player offensively, and he could be a shutdown guy. And he was 1 goal short of winning the Memorial Cup. There's Corey right there. Great photo of him. My sister did her nursing program with his sister, Amanda. They became friends. And there's some family members watching Corey play, and that's Keith. Corey's family that's watch him in the Memorial Cup. Mother Diane, Butch Waters, and Father Keith saw Val-d'Or lose in overtime to Red Deer. They lost in overtime. He would have been a Miramichier. There's the parents, Keith, Diane, and there's Butch Waters. And, Butch Waters just drives around the Miramichi. He just asked people if he could go into their living room because he wants to be in photos everywhere. But there it is. The coach of the Timberwolves had a great career himself. And I forget, he played for Moncton, the Wildcats, major, junior. And there was I forget who he had to shut down. Like he was asked to shut down a star player, and he did. I forget who it was. It wasn't Crosby. Maybe it was. Anyway, he was able. He was able to shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget who it was.
Now, who did I tell you who helped me at the cemetery this morning?
Perry Como and Percy Como.
Okay.
And if you're ever driving with them and you come to a fork in the road, Perry wants to go that way, Percy wants to go that way, but Perry's driving, so they're going that way.
So they're featured on this issue here.
Oh yeah, right on.
Yeah, right there.
Oh, here they are right here. Nobel Peace Prize replicas awarded to peacekeepers. Oh, wow. 6 personnel from Do Engineering and Development Limited, Miramichi, were honored with the presentation of the Canadian Peacekeeping Service Medal on May 11th. 4 of the 6 people were also presented with an authorized replica of the Nobel Peace Prize for servicing on peacekeeping mission prior to 1988. Well, I had no idea that was something that those gentlemen have right here. And the men that we're mentioning, there is Perry Como right there, Roger's first cousin, and there's his brother, Percy Como. Perry was a pitcher, second baseman. Percy primarily a catcher. Perry Como is one of the most underrated athletes that's ever come out of the Logieville community. His sister Jean, speaking of Canada Games, was a top player. Okay, so standing from left is Greg Hartinger, Robert Tozer.
He just lives over here in Main Street.
Oh, does he? Who, Hartinger?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Percy Como, Marilyn Trenholm, the Honorable, Kent Foster, and Sergeant Perry Como. There was Gord Russell and Keith Hutt. Well, congratulations. I had no idea that was something. Congratulations, guys. Those are fine, very capable Miramichiers, Percy and Perry. They are able to do it all. If you want to build something, they can do it. If you want to dig a hole, they can do that. If you want to go golfing, they can do that, and all of the above. So
here,
right on, guys.
We have some golden wedding anniversaries, Darrell, and your grandfather.
Oh, right on. Okay, so let's go with...
They're there, but this is a bigger picture.
Okay.
Here.
So here's one, a golden wedding anniversary, and golden is 50, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, 50 years married, Yvonne and Therese Darrell, the 50th wedding anniversary. There is the Fighting Fisherman right there, and his wife Therese. And what a beautiful thing that is. Jean, Yvonne Jr., Paul, and Fran, congratulations from your family that loves you very much. So there was an open house for them on a party, and then here's another one, the 50th wedding anniversary of my grandparents on the mother's side. And it just so happens that Roger and my father were brothers, and then those two Como boys married sisters. Now it sounds all messed up, but it's completely
no messed up about
but
it.
it's completely legit. Just brothers married sisters in a community. And then so Roger's wife and my mother are sisters, and then Roger and my late father are brothers. So that is Roger's wife and my mother's parents right there, Dearborn and Ernestine Savoy of East Point. And that was their 50th wedding anniversary. I have good memories of those people. Every time I went down to their home as a kid, I felt 100% comfortable. You could be yourself. There was lots of porch action. It's the only house I've ever seen, Raj, that had a couch or a bed right in the kitchen. And it was cool. Like the way the kitchen, there'd be a bed in the corner. Everybody was just always comfortable, and you can, and it was one of the best porch scenes ever. You sit in the porch, sun's coming in, dogs are there, and it was a great spot. NHL Heroes, this is from May 25th, 2001. NHL Heroes, Cheevers, and Eddie Shack Highlight Riverman Auction. So this is the 2001. There's Eddie Shack and Jerry Cheevers, and they're standing with the Riverman, John Hawks Jr. who was a Canada Games soccer player. So what an athlete this kid was. Eddie Shack obviously has the cowboy hat on. He looks very good there and fit. And there's Jerry Cheevers. And if you're wondering about Jerry Cheevers, he was a goaltender primarily from the Boston Bruins when they won their cups. He was the goaltender that started putting, he had the white mask, and he started drawing stitches on his mask to see where the puck would hit. And that's Cheevers in the bottom with Bryce McDonald right there. So that's right on. Some NHLers come into the sheet. And then Eddie Shack, he just can't get enough of the Miramichi, that guy right there. Old Eddie Shack. Clear the track. Here comes a Shack. And I'll tell you what, all you have to do to be a hockey hero is to play in the NHL and then wear a cowboy hat afterwards and just be outgoing. And they call you a hero.
There. So I'm going to show what this fish looks like.
Oh, wow. They caught this fish in the Petitcodiac. Holy old, look at that. And that's a good perspective because it shows it on the back of a truck. That thing is massive. I will read what this is. I still don't know what that is. Look at that. That's a cool photo. Todd Matcham and Andrew Steves, they are fisheries technicians for the Department of Fisheries and Oceans. They display a 72-inch, a 2-meter, that was my thought, a sturgeon. A saltwater sturgeon they discovered in Lake Petitcodiac on Monday. It was found dead, and scientists believe the fish may have succumbed due to the large variance in water temperatures. So, Raj, I took a trip to Nova Scotia there at the Annapolis Valley. My friend's a biologist. She works for the province, and she is a director and does a lot of, she worked with birds before. She's worked with the monarch butterfly. She's actually been able to go down to that Mexican forest grove where all of the monarch butterflies hibernate. And when she was a student in St. John, when I went to visit her, she was working with sturgeon. I went into the facility. I was able to check out all of their studies and stuff. It was really cool. There's a, like,
That's later.
Okay.
Okay, you can rattle off all these kids there.
Are we going to do another part? We're going to have to, eh?
Yeah. Rattle off all our
Okay.
crowd there.
Okay, the New Freeman. This is New Brunswick's Catholic newspaper.
Confirmation.
Okay. The Sacrament of Confirmation, June 22nd. In 2001, there was just a confirmation in the Catholic tradition up at St. Michael's Basilica in Chatham. And that is the 2001 group that were confirmed. And who do we have on this one? We have Crystal Bracken, Vanessa Carroll, Jessica Cummo, Nicholas Cummo, Roger's nephew, my cousin, Adam Gauguin, Aaron McDonald, Ryan McDonald, Krista McKnight, Krista McFarlane, Leonard Murdoch, Denise Robichaud was there, the great athlete, Aaron Watling, we know her mama Donna, and Kelvin Williston. And also in attendance were Edward St. Coeur, Anastasia Levesque, Jeremy Morrison, and Patrick Fenlon. So right on, there's Nick right there next to the head of the priest, and that is their confirmation. Now, little confession to make here, no pun intended. I'm a bit of a critic of the confirmation because I think it comes a little too young. I don't think these young kids are, versed enough to know, really think about it. So it's like confirmation. It's kind of a steady word, but, I think things can be improved on that. I'm not criticizing the whole thing in part, but that's just my 2 cents. Okay. We got some graduation. Roger, June 22nd, 2001, James M. Hill graduates 168 students. And guess what? Those numbers seem to be dwindling these days. James M. Hill used to be a AAA school. When I was there, it was like 900 students. I think they're down considerably as population seems to be lessening. Our population's getting older, not younger. Who was graduating that year? We had Sarah Baldwin, Gilliam Obey, Matthew Boss, Garnet Jenkins, or is it Garrett? Ryan Flynn, Nick Hardy, Keith McLean, Andy Vino, Tim Sutton, Joey Richardson, Chris Ingram, Tyson Flaherty, and Kevin Bowes, who's now a vice principal at that same school. Amanda Godfrey, Logiviller, Nina Squires, Amy Doucette, Gerard's daughter, Cindy Doucette McIntyre, Sean Clark, Jonathan Harper, Sarah Seeley, Angela Kennison, and Anne-Marie Rabisha, and Brad Lynch. Marlene Newton, Crystal Godfrey, Monica O'Donnell. Best friends since grade 1, I'll say that. Left to right, Tabitha St. Cour and Kim Duthie. So here are the best friends since grade 1. They're Jenny Lewis and Wendy Arsenault. Right on. They graduated together in the year 2001. There they are, right there. They were best friends since grade 1. And I hope that that friendship remains intact and strong to this day.
From black and white to color.
From black and white to color. Same crowd, but at the prom. Stairway to Heaven. Look at the group at the prom. Group photo, 2001. Look at the outfits at the prom. That guy right there is never going to be able to forget what he wore to the prom. His kids are probably making fun of him right now as we speak. Great photos. And who do we got? Carl Manuel and Amy Watling, Jamie Brown and Joey Richardson, Heather Lean and Derek Hackett, Beth Carroll and Joey Murphy, Crystal Malley and Josh Smith, and Lucas Manuel dresses as Dumber and Dumber. Crystal Jenkins, Megan Carter, Jeremy Smith, Stephen Ogilvy and Andy Vino. You know, it's really great to see the parties, but look at this beautiful scene right here. Left to right, Crystal Malley and Josh Smith. And Crystal looks like she's sitting in a wheelchair. I don't know if that was something that was permanent or it was just something that happened at the time, but that's a beautiful photo right there. And it actually does say that that guy was dressed as Dumber and Dumber.
Got a couple there. Turtle young lad here.
Oh, is that Jamie McLean?
Ross there.
Okay.
Adam.
Adam Ross. Okay, so Jamie McLean and Ashley Malley walk into James M. Hill. And that photo right there is Pete McLean, otherwise known as a Turtle McLean. And that's his youngest kid named Jamie with the shades on. And Adam Ross, folks, the son of Chris. No, is it?
Yep.
Oh, Adam's Chris's?
Wait, no.
I think it's Stephen.
Oh yeah, Stephen.
That's Stephen Ross's kid right there at the end, Adam Ross.
Chris and all girls.
And Roger just showed me a picture of this guy's father, Turtle McLean, back in the 70s with his Schooners softball uniform on upstairs. I'm not even joking. He was laying down. Should we just show that right now since we're talking about it? He was laying down drinking a beer. He couldn't even sit up to drink it. He was just like that's it. I'm just going to lay down and drink it.
Where was that picture?
Isn't, you know that little blue package?
Oh,
We'll show it next time. James M. Hill honors top students at dinner. Christine Bowes, the wonderful Christine Bowes, Tyson Way, and Sherry Stymus were honored as Athletes of the Year at James M. Hill. David McClanagan has received the McDonald's Award. I don't know what that is. But there's Christine right here. And there's Tyson. And there's Sherry Stymus. So that is a wonderful photo. And who was the guy? I don't know what the McDonald's Award is, but that was David McClanagan. Great photo. Great photo of Christine. Great photo of Sherry. And good on you guys. We showed them yesterday. So where are we? We are, we're at close to 1 hour, Raj.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think? Do we have like more here?
Well, we can close off with.
Or are we just going to say, Or are we just going to say sayonara to 2001 and move it? Are we going to do more?
Do this here before you do that one.
Okay. Is that going to be the end of our 2001, or are we going to keep going next time?
Well,
There's still a lot. Okay, we can do another one. So May 22nd in 2001, Bell returns. I saw him yesterday walking. He always has a stick with him. The former mayor of Chatham, Mr. Rupert Bernard. And look at that great picture. What is going on with this Bell? Well, he was the mayor in 2001. It says Mayor Rupert Bernard rang the HMCS Miramichi bell recently. The city received the bell after Miramichi MP Charles Hubbard made inquiries to the Department of National Defense. The bell has been transferred on a long-term loan basis to the city. The HMCS Miramichi ship was commissioned in 1957 and decommissioned at the end of 1998. There's Rupert with that bell. That's really cool. Rouge. And then we're going to go Logieville's greatest artist. Spoke to her daughter yesterday, Mary Jean. And this woman here is a legendary fiddler. And this photo is of Matilda. This is from the May 22nd edition of the Miramichi Leader. Look at how wonderful Matilda looks there. She lived into her 90s, was so healthy, so beautiful, a pure artist, you know, played by feel and just exuded her emotions through that instrument. And she's mentoring some kids right there. Harkin student Matthew Murphy and longtime fiddler Matilda Murdoch show their stuff Friday. And if I were to recaption that, I would say Harkin student Matthew Murphy and Logieville's greatest artist Matilda Murdoch show their instruments. So great photo, and that's what we're... Are you going to take that? Mm-hmm. Okay, Raj, what do you think? Is that it?
Yeah,
oh yeah, we're gonna close her down on that one.
Yep.
Okay. I was just looking at her. She's yeah, I know her. Okay, Raj. So thanks again, and thanks to Katie McLean for your poem. Thanks to Roger Cummo for just not putting a fire on today. It's we could have used a fire back there today. It's a little chilly outside. It's rainy. It's drizzly. What about the weekend, Raj? You got some big plans? You're gonna go up and watch some bowling?
I only operate from day to day.
Day to day.
I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Well, listen, I'm going to go out there and do a little yard cleanup for you. I can see some leaves and stuff. I'll help you out on that.
No, I got to get my machine.
Your vacuum. I want to see this vacuum that you got here. Okay, so thanks again. I don't know what I'm going to play at the beginning of this video because I don't have that much video yet. And I haven't really spoken to anybody, so it's not going to be, I do have a song to play. Yeah, I guess I can go there. Okay, we'll talk to you later. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, we're just finished our little session, and I'm just showing some capabilities of some Miramichiers. That's your local historian, Raj, out on his porch. Raj, what do you got in your hand there?
Well, this is going to be a brace.
A little brace. So Raj's friend, her door was sagging, so Roger just went next door to, the guy has a metal bender, their business, and show us where it's going, Raj.
Yeah, well, the door I want to do it on, it has more bottom up as far as the stairs.
Yeah, okay. This is not the door, we're just showing you an example. So he's got that all measured down there, 2 angles on that one.
So the corner that's sagging,
yep,
we'll have to pry it up in here.
Right.
It'll be screwed to the bottom of the door and up over here on this side to hold that up.
Oh, really cool. And then what's your other piece?
The other piece is going up to the top.
The other piece
will be on the inside, and it goes up on top because there's quite a gap on top of the door, and the flies were coming in. So this here will sit on top of the door.
Oh, right on.
Whenever it shuts, and that will close in the space on the top.
And there's just an example of a everyday Miramichier with the capabilities to do it yourself. Thanks, Raj.
Well, I'm lucky I have access to Kelly's
metal bending.
All the glass over there, or not all the glass, but they got all the equipment over there, the bin and stuff.
That's right.